In recent years, the global balance of power has been shifting, quietly, steadily, and strategically. While the United States under former President Donald Trump adopted a more inward, protectionist approach to foreign trade, another global giant was carefully stepping in to fill the vacuum: China. Led by President Xi Jinping, China has set its sights on Latin America, not with military bases or political ultimatums, but with investments, infrastructure, and opportunity. This is not just diplomacy, it's a long game of influence. So, why Latin America? Latin America has long been considered the U.S.'s backyard. Politically and economically, Washington has traditionally held sway in the region. But in the last decade, especially during the Trump administration's trade wars and America First policies, Beijing saw an opening. While Trump imposed tariffs on global partners and pulled the US back from multilateral trade deals, China did the opposite. It doubled down on global partnerships, especially with emerging markets hungry for investment. At the core of China's strategy is a powerful pitch: development without political strings. Infrastructure projects, clean energy investment, 5G technology, and generous credit lines. These are the tools Beijing uses to charm Latin American countries. And it's working. Trade between China and Latin America has skyrocketed, surpassing $500 billion. Countries like Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and Colombia are not just trading partners anymore. Many have signed on to China's massive Belt and Road Initiative, a sweeping global infrastructure program designed to connect economies and boost Chinese influence. And here's where things get interesting. In 2023, President Xi hosted leaders from Latin America and the Caribbean in Beijing. The message? China stands against trade wars, against economic bullying, and in favor of open cooperation. For many Latin American leaders, this message came as a welcome alternative to years of being caught in the middle of US-China tensions. But this growing relationship isn't just about trade, it's about soft power, something China has become incredibly good at. From cultural exchanges and scholarships to media partnerships and technology collaboration, China is weaving itself into the social and political fabric of Latin America. Still, the US isn't out of the game. Washington remains a vital economic player and political ally in the region. But the nature of that influence is changing. Where once the US set the rules, it now finds itself negotiating on a much more level playing field, with China sitting across the table. This shift carries long-term consequences. For the US, it's a wake-up call that influence cannot be taken for granted. For Latin American nations, it's a rare opportunity to diversify partnerships and gain leverage. And for China, it's proof that global leadership isn't won through dominance, but through strategic patience and economic diplomacy. As we move forward in this new global era, one thing is certain: the future of international power won't be decided by bombs or borders, but by ports, pipelines, and partnerships.